Oh, good morning. Feels like opening day. It is Monday, November 9th, I believe. Supposed to be meeting up with Dad on the land today, but he's a no-show this morning. He's still running behind, so he's about a half hour out. We were going to draw hats again on where we were sitting, but since he's going to be late, this other spot we were going to sit isn't that far in. So I'm going to go all the way into Four Corners, and he's going to sit over the pond. It's supposed to be super warm today, so I think it's going to be a decent bet for him anyway. So he'll be rolling in a little bit later than normal for him. But yeah, I'm going to finish getting dressed. I'm already half dressed, but finish this little bit of coffee. I got Sandra Bullitt and Tiffany with me today, but I'm going to take Tiffany, my 270, which you guys I don't think really have ever seen me hunt with. But I got the gun back in 2007, shot a pile of deer with it. So we'll take her out today, give her a little go.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Well, it is legal shooting, believe it or not. It's still super, super dark. It's really hazy, really foggy. I don't know if it rained last night or not, but the woods are really wet. Everything's dripping, but the fog's so dense. I actually had a hard time even seeing on the way in with my headlamp. But I have Four Corners. I did everything's really loud this morning, so I'm gonna be like stop talking and looking everywhere. But I took this Great Fix estrus powder. I did like a scent drag with it. This is my furthest stand-in on the property, so I just would puff powder every once in a while on the way through, hoping that I have to cross a lot of good country, so hoping that something cruising might get on that, come in. And I don't typically go out in front of like where I want to try to shoot a deer, but when you're doing something like that, you kind of have to, because you got to get that deer, position him out in front of you. So I went all the way to this mock scrape I have under the vine, and they've been hitting that pretty good. It doesn't look like they've hit it in the last couple of days, so I'm hoping with this wet that they might be out this morning trying to freshen some stuff up. But November 9th, I'm going to get aggressive. It's warmer than you'd like. It's going to be almost 70 today, but I'm going to get aggressive. I'm going to rattle quite often, at least every half hour probably. Grunt, toe bleed. Just try to get something on their feet and in here, so. That should be just getting here and or walking in. So, yeah, we're out in the woods. That's all you can do is hope for the best. Get out here and eventually something's got to walk by. A little mid-morning update. It's 9 a.m. Haven't seen or heard anything. I have had some squirrels really get me wound up, though. I don't think Dad's seen anything either. Unfortunately, the spot I had him sit this morning would have been a better spot to not be so foggy. Fog's finally starting to lift. I'm wondering if maybe the deer will move a little bit later because of that or not, but the whole morning's felt really good. It's just, we're not in them right now. That's alright. One thing I really got to try to change with this property moving forward is I got to really try to attract more does. I don't have a ton of does on this land, from what I gather anyway. 4 or 5 maybe. But yeah, gonna jump down at probably a couple more hours. swab up the card on this mock scrape. Probably grab a couple more on the way through when I walk out. And then probably be hunting from the ground, sitting somewhere for the afternoon. But we'll check in with you guys in a couple hours. Alright, finally set up for the afternoon. It is super, super hot. Just kind of came in blind. I set Dad into a spot where I was getting pretty good pictures of High Five and Mr. Clean, so he's kind of going into where if I was just hunting by myself out here, that's where I'd be going. So hopefully he gets set up in a good spot where he can see, and hopefully we see some deer tonight. Still have about 20-25 minutes probably, but I'm gonna wrap it up while we still have decent light. Day 1 of vacation in the books. A good day. Didn't see any deer, but we're covering new country now, so hopefully in the next handful of days we'll be able to kind of move in and get on some of these deer, but got somebody target practicing right in prime time, which is awesome. But yeah, can give it the last 20 minutes, and then if I don't see anything, we'll see you in the morning. Vacation day number 2. Dad's getting finished dressed. It's really warm again today. Leaves are kind of wet, which is nice. We're going to, instead of sit, we're going to actually see if we can go kick something up. So I'm going to run camera. Dad's going to run a rifle. And we're going to go just explore the land. We haven't explored a lot of it yet still, even though we've walked it quite a few times. So we're going to head in. There's one whole ridge we haven't even been on yet, so we're gonna go check that out. Just kind of follow deer sign and poke around and maybe call something in, maybe jump something up and put 150 grains in him. This is probably one of my favorite ways to deer hunt when we don't have snow and can't really follow sign, is we'll walk 10-15 yards or so, stop and listen, and I'll throw out a couple grunts. And I've had times where as soon as you grunt, you just hear branches breaking and a buck's running right at you. And I've had other times where you're not sure if you're hearing a deer, and then you work it for 15-20 minutes, and then he finally comes out. So it's a good technique. It is a little nerve-wracking if you're hunting a very heavily populated area, but I've had a lot of good luck with it, so that's what we're going to try today.
I learned too over the years, by mistake, not to stop where you can't see, get a good view of what's around you. I've watched deer in thickets walk right by me and not have a shot. So it's hard to do in a thick brush like we're hunting today, but you just gotta pick and choose where you stop.
So this is our plan today. We got a big ridge here, drops down to a valley. Another ridge here, cows over there. We've never explored this ridge, and we've been on this ridge a little bit, and the wind's kind of blowing this way. So we're gonna hook around the bottom of it, come up it, get into this valley, and then work up this ridge, but just, you know, depending on what we see for signs. But that's kind of the plan, is to get between these two ridges and see if anything's utilizing this little natural funnel where they come together. Beautiful morning. Porcupines. They're the reason that trees like this are dead. See that? That hole. It's where they're going in and burrowing, and the whole tree's dead. Tree killers, they're no good. First scrape we found. It's the first buck sign we've really seen. I just looked at the branches. It's like, how's there not a scrape under this? And I looked down and there's an old one. But we're just in some really, really pretty woods. We've gone maybe 100 yards in the last 45 minutes because we're just like, this is nice. But it's good to see some buck signs, so hopefully we can call something up. We're getting close to this ridge here. We're gonna go up it, I think, and then down into the valley just to get the wind right, but it's pretty in here. I'm having fun today. We got like 3 bottles of Scrape Fix liquids. We got Chillax, which I'm assuming is like your kind of everyday use. We got one that's made for licking branches, and then this one's for the rut. So it's November 10th. I'm just gonna put a little bit in each scrape we find just to kind of keep the bucks in the area searching for does so that we can shoot them in the lungs. This rubs on this pine tree right behind me. Wind's kind of blowing this way, which we knew about. We had a deer blow down here. And another deer blow right here. At least this one's going where we want to look around anyway, so maybe we'll run into it, but 2 deer. As soon as we get into deer sign, there's 2 deer.
But they were downwind of us, of course.
Yeah, this one wasn't though.
No.
I think that one's just blowing because this one blew. Ooh, it's warm, man. Holy cow. It's I don't even know what time right now. 12:40 in the afternoon. Dad and I just had lunch. We did 3.5 miles this morning, I think. It was fun. Really good morning. Jumped 2 deer that were together. That was the only thing we really got going, but it also heated up pretty fast, so probably has a lot to do with it. But I'm just sitting in a spot I wanted to sit just out of curiosity. Just what kind of where I wanted Dad to sit yesterday morning, but it was so foggy he couldn't really see. But basically it's a ridge in behind me, as you can tell. Comes down to a boggy little water edge, swampy water here, which is really the only water source, you know, on this side of the property, which is good. And then another ridge up over there, and I can see through that ridge really good, see if there's deer moving through. I wanted to stay up higher on this ridge and look down over everything, because I got some brush over here that's going to mess with me a little bit, but there's so many limbs on some of these oak trees that I couldn't really get in a spot that I could shoot to as good as I could from getting down here and being able to shoot up into here. So really pretty spot, good wind. It's warm, so water's not out of the question for these deer. I just moved back up the ridge a little bit. I didn't like that I couldn't see up on top. I kind of gave away a little bit of my shooting spots down onto the bog edge, but I can still get shots here and there through the brush. And I can plop right down to the ground if I need to be able to shoot, you know, anywhere else. The wind feels like it's switched on me a little bit. I thought it was supposed to be blowing that way, but now it's blowing this way, which is kind of weird. But twice now from behind me, when I was up here, it hurt. It sounded like deer coming up behind me. and then not blowing or anything like that, but just hitting where I walked in and just turning and running. So I can see up through here now, because that's happened twice, and I don't know if it was deer, but it was bigger than squirrels, that's for sure. Tuesday, November 10th is just about in the books. We're coming up on real prime time right now, but I want to get the interview done. Just in case it gets too dark, we get too tired and we forget, because I tend to do that. But awesome day out here with Dad exploring. I think it's anytime you get into some new country and explore, it's hard not to have a good day. Did jump a couple deer today, so we're headed in the right direction. We still got, I think Dad's here for another full day and then a morning, and then he's going home to hunt with one of his buddies. So, yeah. I guess I'll probably split up yesterday and today into its own video, and then do the last couple days with Dad as their own video. So thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate all the support. I know my videos have been kind of weird this year, but I'm trying not to just put videos out to put videos out. I'd like to have some sort of content or structure or something in them. I know it's part of Maine hunting, not seeing stuff, trust me, but not everybody likes to watch you just continuously fail every day at seeing deer. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now, and that's all right. That's part of it. I do that just about every year and then still end up shooting one. So fingers crossed I'll be able to do that again this year. But if not, we're having fun exploring this new piece of property, and yeah, I guess we'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.